Oh, look who's decided to grace us with his presence.
Hello.
Sach, look who's here.
Hello.
Sach, we would say in Punjabi, prana. Prana hai, cha leke aa.
Yeah.
I'd like to introduce myself.
Pakode leke aa.
The piranha is here.
Yeah, the piranha. With the sharp teeth who keeps cutting into our schedule. But yes, Kedge is back from his little week away.
Yep.
But we had Simon on last week. Thank you, Simon.
And also, can we just start with that, actually? Because firstly, there was a little bit of bants to and fro between me and Simon. Because he was, taking a mickey like, he's going to be a super sub and he's going to come and step up. And I was giving him bants that he was more like, some sort of third grade West Ham player coming on. Like, he's not exactly super sub.
No, he was fantastic.
He was fantastic.
He was. Do you know what? Do you know when you have to have you got to sit down and you got to review the team again?
Oh yeah,
it was that. Level.
Oh wow! Am I in a sort of a little period here where I'm on probation?
No, you know what it is. Okay, Satch, you can find the analogy because he'll overplay his part here, Kedge will. Yeah. But what? Give me a footballer. Give me a footballer who's really good, but then when they went but they were getting a bit complacent and not really respecting the team too much.
Ronaldo.
And then they went away, and a sub came in who actually was hungry. And was grateful for the game time.
It was a bit if you're an Aston Villa follower this season, Watkins was on the bench quite a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
They had other men just doing the job.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it was a bit like that.
So who is he? Is Kedge Watkins?
Yeah, because he was just sat on the bench.
Okay. It's Simon Watkins who comes on.
Simon came in and just banged the goals in.
And is that what Watkins did?
No, that's what the other fella did.
Oh, that's what the other fella did. There you go. So there you go, Kedge.
But class is permanent.
Kedgekins.
But can I want to defend Simon actually, because you guys absolutely rinsed him for saying that he plays chess.
Because he's lying. Because he was subbing in for you, and he thought maybe my role here is just to tell lies like you do. So I think he really.
And that's why we're cut from the same cloth, because he played chess. I played chess. I was a chess captain. I was from the chess team.
You are. You know what? Are you serious? Yeah. You know what? The only reason, and I'm telling you now, people, this is a sick way in which his mind works. The only reason he bigged up Simon is to then mention the fact that he is, I'm just...
No. I felt sorry for him because he didn't. He caved into you guys, whereas he should have really stuck his chest up.
Because he was chatting shit like you.
No, he got scared by you two, and you guys you can be a bit overwhelming sometimes.
We can sniff out a bullshitter.
We
can sniff out a bullshitter.
Did you hear what he slotted in there? You can be a bit overwhelming sometimes. Now all of a sudden Ken's like, what about my mental health, guys? Yeah, you're not making me feel included.
Give a shit.
Yeah. No. Look. At the end of the day, if you play chess, it doesn't matter what level. We all played at a certain level. We could have been the grandmasters, but our parents had other ideas for us.
No. Shut up.
So that's why.
If you were chess captain, it was.
We had away matches,
And what? So you could play chess at that level? You'd go to another school and take another kid on?
Yeah.
I
did, bruv. We used to, because the chess club was in a library.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a small bus because there was only 4 of us in the team.
So that's a car.
No, well, they had to take a bus.
There's 4 of us and a driver.
You couldn't just go.
We got a bus. What kind of bus was it? It was a Ford Focus. Oh right, okay.
No. They just couldn't take their own car, but it was So, we used to play Buckingham College. We played a few.
What were they like? Who was a Magnus? Who was a Gukesh?
Who was the
Domaraju?
I think it was me. To be fair, no. I wasn't the best, but I was the team captain.
So what is that? What were you there for? That banter? Were you like cheerleader?
No. I mean, I would play, but I don't know why we had a team captain. I don't know the role of it, but I was the chess captain. Like I had the shield for it at the back.
I think that's a self-appointed title.
I had the shield. I had the shield like in Captain America.
No.
Captain
Look, if Arsenal fans can, celebrate as a shield, then so can I. And so that's where we're going to leave it at that.
But can I just say, all over my timeline, I'm so glad we spoke about it last week because I would have wanted to carry it on this week.
Yeah.
Oh, the masala tea is here. Thank you very much, sir. We're at Gunchan's restaurant, by the way, once again in Gants Hill. And we love these guys because
it's been a while since we've been here.
Yeah. Well, I think it probably hasn't been that long. It's been about a few weeks. But we've been flirting around with other restaurants as well. Are you not having tea?
No, I'm all right.
No, I thought you said you were feeling a bit coldy.
Nah,
hay fever.
Nah, but that'll keep me awake. I can't have tea.
Oh, really?
Water.
Tea doesn't keep you awake. Tea
coffee, nothing.
Coffee will. No,
it's got caffeine in it, bro.
Yeah, but apparently it's got more caffeine than tea. More caffeine than coffee. But this is comforting. Masala tea is just more of a relaxing. But all over my timeline this week, Gukesh Domaraju and the story behind this new chess champion that beat Magnus.
You're still going on about it?
No, because I've seen new videos. For example, I saw a video.
Is anyone so obsessed with this?
No, I tell you why. It's a lovely story.
It is a lovely story.
Is Gukesh your son?
No, he's not. He might be. When I had that little fling with Julie Domaraju in the South India somewhere, probably wherever he's from. No, but Gukesh, look, the fact is, this kid.
Julie Domaraju.
Gukesh Domaraju. That's his name.
Oh, right.
Julie Domaraju. His mum.
Actually,
that doesn't make any sense.
That was the real person.
No, because Domaraju would have got from his dad's side. Doesn't make sense. Maybe I had an affair with his dad. But he but more so that when he was young, he says in a video, like Tiger Woods videos, you know, like, oh, one day I want to beat Magnus. You know, I want to beat the world champion and all this stuff. And then all these other videos of how he's got this little lucky thing, which honestly, I was watching it late at night. This genuinely put a lump in my throat. I don't know why. Look, I got sons, you know, you have that little bond thing going on, right? But there's basically a little tradition when Gukesh, the chess champion now, when he's just about to leave like the holding room he's in to go into the chess room, as he leaves that room, his dad follows him out and his dad stays by the door, like really humbly, like hanging back. Gukesh looks around at him, looks at his dad, and his dad does a little fist, sort of like a tight fist, like, you got this. You know, like
he done what, Tim?
And he gives him a little fist.
Okay. Just to G him on.
Takes him up the Domaraju.
Love that.
Little Domaraju. Right, you know, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm so sorry. It was a lovely moment, Satch.
You ruined
it. Put bad things in my head.
Ruined it.
No, he looks around and his dad, like, you know, like kind of, it's like that moment. And then off he goes and smashes it. And I mean,
very Bollywood.
Yeah, no, it was even, you know, King, was it King Richard? You know, that kind of understanding your kids, you know, doing
Name's
the best
Charles.
for them. No, you're such a shit. You're pooing over the story. But I just think, look,
it's funny you mentioned that the King Charles film as well, because this sounds like...
It's not King Charles, King William.
King William.
King Richard. Oh, God, you got
King
me doing
Richards.
it.
Yeah, it's one of the kings. But also the final of the women's at Roland Garros last weekend. Did anyone watch the tennis last weekend?
Oh, no, I heard.
Because it was epic, both the men and the women.
Everyone said it was big things.
Coco Gauff, the woman who won.
What's her name?
Coco Gauff.
Coco Gauff.
Yeah.
What a great name.
Great name. 3 years ago when she lost it.
You choke on, it makes you cough.
When she lost it, apparently what she did is on her book, one page, she just wrote, I will go back and win at Roland Garros. I will win. And she just wrote it as many times as that page could fit. And then she's come back and she's won it.
Bro, I'm not, I don't want to sound one of them, you know, manifesting kind of
you are
freaks, whatever.
But
I'm telling you that stuff works.
Yeah, it worked for her.
And you know, people, and I'm going to say in my very little way, not that I've achieved that much, right? But when people say, oh, how come you don't get nervous? Like before shows, whatever. And, you know, I picture them going well. I picture the shows going well. But not just picture it, like, I know it's going to go well. I don't really know. I do doubt myself, and a little bit dirty comes out all the time when you're doing shows.
Yeah, no, but that shows that you care, because I feel the same when I go to DJ.
Right.
I was standing in Ministry of Sound the other day, and I was on after another DJ. And you know, you just stand there for a second and like...
Yeah.
The crowd's going to go mental when I go.
This is me.
I got this.
Yeah.
So how did you feel when you were going up against Buckingham and you knew that like they had like an amazing 12-year-old?
I didn't have the power of picturization at that age.
What did you have?
Just chess.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the Queen's Gambit and all of that, so that's why I was.
I bet you were, you dirty boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one place that where I was picturing for things to go smoothly was on my flight to Valencia.
That's where you were.
That's where I went.
Valencia.
Firstly, I'm going to say what a beautiful city.
Yeah, I've heard.
But going there, right? I had an experience.
Where is it in the country?
South of Barcelona. South of Barcelona.
So it's not coast, or is it
on the coast? On the coast. Yeah, on the coast,
okay.
but just south of Barcelona, about 300 miles from Barcelona.
Okay, or quite a bit. Right. Yeah. Right, yeah. And it's supposed to be very beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous.
Why were you going?
Just a boys trip, lad trip, and just a bit of a.
How long have you been on a boys? How long has it been since you've been on a boys trip with Kedge, Satch?
Oh no, I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't go?
No.
But when was the last time you went on one?
With Kedge?
Yeah.
No, never.
Never. Cool.
No, when we went to see the cricket. But so
we went to see the cricket, we were working for it.
On the flight, I experienced something that I've never experienced ever before. And this is something that obviously Satch probably has never experienced.
Yeah.
I reckon you might have experienced this because Satch is so...
A girl saying she likes you?
No. Well, Satch not experienced
No.
But what happened is... obviously, we couldn't be bothered to pay for the tickets for the seats, so we just sat wherever they gave it to us. I got the middle seat. Fine, okay, I'm cool with it.
No, you are the perfect middle seat banda.
Well, I know because I'm so butler, so everyone can spread their legs.
Your shoulders are as wide as a ruler.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm in my space anyway.
Yeah.
So and the guy on the aisle is a slightly old, Gora, big tagda lad, right? Yeah. I say lad, he was about 60, 65, maybe 70 actually. But But he just slept the whole way. So I thought, okay, fine. So it's a little bit annoying because, I like to fidget. I like to get out and go for a wee. I had to wait for the opportunity when he could get, open his eyes and I go, excuse me, can I just...
You didn't climb over? You could have climbed over.
I could have, but,
What do you mean you have to wait for that? No, you don't have to wait. If you need to wee, you just say, excuse me, please. Can I go for a wee?
Oh, no,
No, I'll be honest. I don't think I would have either.
What, so you hold your wee?
Yeah, I do.
Because the next man sat there.
I wait.
Because I had a couple of beers before, so you know what it's like. He's going, and I'm like, I need to go, but this guy's
I'm
not
sorry,
waking up.
if you're in the aisle, you need to be ready to get up a few times because you got two other people that you need to.
But I always find aisle people they get a little bit like sort of
no,
bit miffed.
Chosen to sat there. That's the rule of sitting there.
Oh wow! So I don't know.
Get up.
But anyway, so I
don't mind getting up. If someone tells me to, I'll be like, yeah, cool.
Anyway, the problem was we got on the plane late, right? So what that meant was my bag, I had put it. There was no space. It was about 8 seats back.
Yeah,
who do you fly with?
Huh?
Who do you fly with?
EasyJet.
Okay.
EasyJet, rip-off. Honestly, ask you to pay for every little thing. Anyway, so my bag has gone about 8, 9 seats back, which has annoyed me already. Yeah. I told my friends, I said, we've got to be hurried up, we've got to jump in because I don't want. But anyway, they were late. We were late. We got on, whatever. Yeah. So that is stressing me out the whole trip because I'm like, I need to get that bag.
Yeah.
Anyway, but because we were in,
that's at our sake at the end of the flight.
Yeah.
Because we were in the emergency aisle, we weren't allowed to have anything.
By your feet.
We were allowed to have any bags on the floor.
Yeah.
No.
Classic. Anyway, so I thought, right, when the plane lands,
I'm going to run.
I'm going to be that Indian. I don't care, but I need to go. And hopefully this banda is going to be like getting up or he wants to, stretch his legs. We land. And then, I can hear the tuck, tuck, tuck. The belts are going. I'm doing it, like click, slightly click. Exaggerated. Exactly. Click, click. My man is not moving. He's just chilling. I'm like, okay, so, we are about to stop now. A few people have got up.
Yeah.
When are we making the move?
Okay, so I know where this is going. Go on, keep going. So now everyone's kind of getting up.
Yeah. So I'm like, now that I was filling up.
Yeah. He's doing that. What's his approach? His approach to it is his approach is what's the hurry? We all got we all got to get bags from the carousel.
We are Desi.
Yeah.
We can't handle that.
No, I'm not in a rush to get off the plane.
No, but I have to get the bag.
Yeah,
and that's going backwards against the flow of tide is hard, bro.
Yeah, no, of course it is.
And no one's going to let you go. And my man's sitting there, and I am sweating.
Isn't that seriously, Kedge? Isn't that more of a reason in that situation for you to wait?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you do need to go back. I'm just saying.
What are you going to rush off and do? Run to the beach?
And by the way, I love conversations like this. These are the little things in life. These are things that matter.
And I'll be honest with you, I have never, and this is why I'm talking about this. I've never experienced this. And even talking about it now, I'm sweating.
Why?
Because I'm sitting there and I'm getting FOMO because everyone's up. You've got the solid dads or right, kids, lads, telling his missus, right, bag here.
Yeah,
listen,
right, ready, stay close together, stay close together. Follow me.
Ready.
Right, we're either going to go out the front or the back. We'll keep an eye open. Okay, back's moving, let's go.
And I'm sitting there, and my fucking Jaja is sitting there as well. And I'm like, I can't believe this.
You can imagine, you can just please picture this. Picture that kind of big Gordo guy.
And swearing.
Right? And picture Kedge, who's just looking around. His neck's turned around. He's like a meerkat. Like a meerkat. Like he's trying to pass on the energy of, right, everyone, up we go. Yep. Okay. Yep. Look, this is me.
This is what I thought of you guys. You guys would be absolutely taking the mick out of me because I'm there with the head up.
And you can imagine him just like, to
be fair, Tommy, if that was me and you in the aisle, we would have done the same if Kedge was in the middle seat. So just wait. No, long it out. I
would have looked at him and gone, you're right. It's just relax, mate. No one's going anywhere.
Anyway, so then it starts emptying. By now, half the plane's empty.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Then he moves. He opens the belt. I thought, oh, thank God for that.
Yeah.
He takes his time. Bless him. His wife was sitting 3 seats behind.
Yeah.
And she had to wait for a wheelchair.
Oh, you're out of order, Kedge.
And that's why I understood why it was no point. He couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I learned an incredible lesson there.
Yeah.
That, you know what, Kedge, just can't. Where were you going to go?
Yeah.
Where were you? That's exactly what I said. Where were you going to go?
And I'd imagine that part of your concern was someone's going to take your bag.
Not even that. No. It was more that. It was stupid.
Wait, were you hand luggage only?
Yeah.
You just got it.
But it was just because because I've not done it any other way. So when you, you know what I mean? When you
He's missionary. He's just missionary only.
When you have to do a different position, it was just like, I was so stressed. And then I just thought, like, even now I'm sweating. And I thought, you know what? It's okay. It's a new way and it's fine. So, but I just had to explain that because that could happen to you. Just relax and enjoy it and read the magazine or something. And I wish I was a little bit more chill, but I've learned that for next time now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is a different lesson.
No, you're right. But on that very quick note, because before I forget to mention it, I was sat on my flight in Turkey when we landed and I just stayed sitting down because I'm like, well, I ain't getting up and getting a fine because remember what you said?
Oh, yeah,
about
Turkey.
Turkey people are going to get fined if they're going to get up and do the belts too often.
Yeah.
But by the way, everybody opened their belt while the seatbelt signs were on and everybody got up.
No one gives a shit.
And then, by the way, and I taught, funny enough, you know, what you're saying, I had to teach Milo the lesson, right? Which was about how, look, the flight's emptying out from the front. So he'd got his stuff. We're at Hollywood, we arrive at Turkey.
Yeah.
He's ready to get off the plane, right? And he's going, let's go. And I'm like, no. It's got to empty from in front.
In front.
Like
you ain't going
anywhere. You're not pushing.
And what did he say? He said something quite basic, but quite like, I didn't really have anything to say. He goes, but he goes, if we don't just get going now, how are we going to get ahead? Like almost going to be like, hey, yo, pussy. You just want to wait your turn.
Yeah.
How do you expect us to get ahead in life if you
That's
don't
why me
try
and
and
we're
get
quite
ahead
similar.
in life?
We're quite similar like that. It's like,
And I was like, no. I said, there's etiquette, Milo. I said, everyone's got to go to the carousel.
No, I know.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
know.
not like it's a little 1 hour domestic flight or something like that. You go to Scotland where people have just got a bag.
Yeah.
And those bag while you're going to go to a business meeting.
Delays.
There's
There's a lot of
happening.
waiting around,
Yeah.
And it, like to the point where even I know where the plane parks in Dubai, how far the walk is to India.
Bruv.
Do you know what I mean?
It's long.
But I remember, I think I went with Jags earlier this year. We walked for half an hour to get to immigration.
That's like one of the terminals in
So it makes no
Mumbai.
difference if you're 10 minutes on the plane.
You're absolutely right.
It's not going to make a difference.
You're absolutely right. So I learned that lesson. Also, I just want to quickly bring it to your attention the local sort of drink and snack that you have there, because each city has its own little thing. Is what's known as the drink's known as a horchata. Yep.
What did you do?
Horchata. What did you do out there? HORCHATA.
So what does that mean for you? Because
Sounds like you done something to the whore.
oh, okay. Horchata means I want more. Horchata?
Oh, hor, yeah.
Like chaida, like we would say Punjabi. Like,
Hor glassi.
Yeah.
So horchata, which is basically like a cold drink made out of chufa nuts.
Or chata.
Means lick.
To chat, like chutney, means to suck.
Yeah.
So hor suck.
Yeah.
More suck more.
Yeah.
More suck.
Okay, yeah. So I couldn't suck a lot of this because it tasted disgusting. I'll be honest with you. But it's supposed to be sweet. I just didn't like it. It was horrible. And then what you got to do is you have to buy that with something that comes with it. It's called a Farton.
No way.
Yeah.
A horchata.
But you've got to dip the Farton in the horchata.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
What is the Farton?
The Farton is what looks like like an eclair, but no chocolate or cream in the middle. It's just got like a thin bit of sugar, like sort of topping on it.
Like a little donut.
Like a donut.
Like a long donut.
Yeah. And that's called a Farton, and you have to dip the Farton in the horchata.
If this week you
I don't know why I said horchata like a Punjabi, but
Horchata.
Yeah.
This week you want to say something's gone mad and you want to say it's all gone Pete Tong. Change it. It's all gone Farton.
It's all gone Farton.
Mate, life is Farton right now.
Farton, yeah.
I'm dipping it in my horchata.
But that's why I tried it. It's not my cup of tea or drink.
All I want to do is dip my Farton.
Yeah. So I did. Once the Farton was dipped, once the Farton was moist, it was nice. But other than that, it was. So anyways, but Valencia, what a beautiful place. The beaches are lovely.
Yeah.
Got my tan on. Went into the sea. Beautiful.
It is lovely. Actually, you know what?
The food, the vegetarian and vegan food. If anyone's going Valencia, hit me up. I have done the research.
And is it good?
Yeah.
Because Spanish like their meats, though.
No, I know. This is what I thought. I'm going to have to eat paella the whole time. But it was none of that. None of that. I had some brilliant vegetarian and vegan food.
Nice. Well, actually, I want to say I had a great night as well. I had a great night out last Friday.
Yeah.
Where?
I went to the Robbie Williams concert.
Oh, and that's at the Arsenal Stadium.
Yes, it is. It's at Emirates.
Yeah.
That was the most difficult thing about it.
Were you there when he did that thing?
What thing?
When he said, how far is Arsenal from a European trophy?
Oh, no, I didn't hear him say that.
That was the other, I think that was the day
after. Okay. I was like, Tommy, if that was there.
And I saw he had like Wiley and Lethal B out.
That was the day after.
That was the day after.
That was the day.
So you got nothing?
No. I think I lucked out way better. Because number one, it was a Friday night I went on.
Right. Yeah.
He was there on a Friday and the Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday he brought out Lethal, Bizzle, and
everyone,
and like rappers.
Yeah. That was good.
Can I be honest? No. It wasn't good.
It's the wrong audience.
It was.
But it was nice to see it. It was the wrong audience, but it was nice to see that he gave them a lot of
right, 100%.
Because he did a little freestyle over Lethal Business.
Yeah.
As well.
Exactly, which he shouldn't have done. So no, I'm telling you now.
No.
Friday was so fantastic.
Who is it?
He was so on the money. Now it doesn't matter about that. Who it was? I will tell you. But it was so on the money as a show. Right, that he knew his part.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He knew his part. I tell you what now, if he brought out Dylan Mendy, that would have gone down better than Lethal Bizzle, because I know that crowd. I'm not even bothered by this, right? So I don't want to sound like one of the people that goes, oh, where's the diversity and all that? Because I'm not that, right?
Sounds like you are.
Well, no, I'm not. And I'm not bothered. I'm like, if you're good, you're great. You should be on stage.
No, you don't.
It don't matter. I don't care
some
about
South Korean band.
No, what I'm saying is, okay, so he brought out one of the things. He brought out Lulu.
Yeah, I saw
Relight
that.
My Fire.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Right, that's a take that banger.
That's a banger.
Right? So to have Lulu,
I would have been excited for that.
Well, firstly, let me say this. You get to the stadium, Scott Mills from Radio 2 is DJing. He's playing party anthems. He's playing Tocca's Miracle, like, if you believe in me, and all those kind of dance anthems, right? And he's playing a bit of party stuff. Not quite Sweet Caroline. It wasn't like that. Yeah. But it was like dance anthems, party anthems,
90s.
Return of the Mac, that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. Yes, 90s. Now, that's key, because obviously Robbie Williams is from that era, right? And that's what he represents, Take That, boy bands and all that. And then he comes out, Robbie. So they do that. Then Rag and Bone Man performs.
Okay,
he is so good.
He's
right?
a great voice.
I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Right. Oh, and very understated. Like he just comes out, bangs out.
Yeah.
Right. So that's great. And the sun's shining.
Yes.
Me and the missus, we were in a good mood. We hadn't argued, one of those ones, like it was just, it was just like, it was a good day, right? We're having a couple of cocktails as well, which we don't normally do together, because always someone's got to pick up the kids up and all that next day. So
proper date night.
Right, proper date night. So the vibes are good. Yeah. We're in the auditorium. DJ's good. Rag and Bone Man's good. We're getting
auditorium is outdoors. Stadium.
Oh yeah, stadium. Sorry, that's what I meant. Right. Okay, so we're there. So we're in the because we bought. No, I tell you why. We were in the standing area in front. So we're only about 20 meters from the stage, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
So all that's happening. Robbie comes out, big spectacular. He's dangling upside down and all that stuff.
Saw him dangle.
And you realise how many bangers he's got. Let Me Entertain You,
many.
She's the One, Angel, Rock DJ. Yeah. There is enough, right? But then on top of that, he's got the Lulu song. And on top of that, he brings out Five, the boy band. Five will make you get up. Now,
that's it. So you were on that day.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. So
brilliant, by the way.
I'm looking around. Yeah. And that's the first time they've performed together in like 20 odd years.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But it fit. The night fit. I actually thought, you know what would top this off if he brought out Peter Andre. Peter Andre should come out here, do Mysterious Girl. Yeah. They'd go nuts. They would have loved that. Anyway.
It's that crowd.
So that crowd, and he's working up and down, and his dancers are great. I will say this. I saw 2 black people and 2 Asian people, apart from me and my wife.
What, in the whole stadium?
All around me.
Oh, okay.
And
that's because they're all saving up for Arjit Singh, mate.
Maybe, right? Maybe. I don't know. But I thought, actually, I was a bit disappointed, because I was like, I know Asians love Robbie. Right, and there should have been more there.
I don't think enough to depart with the hard-earned cash.
Oh well, I think they missed out. Then if you thought about going, because this man is pure entertainment, and I loved it, because I'm not just going to say I'm going to screw it up. Okay, it's our podcast. I'm going to say it. He said the things that I think and feel all the time when I'm on stage, which is you're here to escape. Yeah. Let's not worry about what goes on. And I say it before every one of my shows as well. I go, let's not worry about the baguasas going in the real world. Yeah. Right? The real world's gone crazy. And he says that. He goes, the world's gone effing mad. He goes, and I want to create a place where we can be free, we can have fun, we can get back to that. And this is that place. Like he had a pre-rehearsed piece. Bro, I got goosebumps, right? Motivate the crowd, changing outfits, dancers amazing, all the songs are great. And what he did was, he said, you've missed me, haven't you? He goes, we've missed entertainment like this. And I'm like, you're right. And people come up to me and they say, we missed you on the radio because they missed the entertainment that we used to do. It was all jokes. It was laugh. And he had the same banter and all that kind of stuff.
It was.
And he went, like one of his jokes was, this is a brilliant joke. I'm sorry to give it. It's not really giving away his material. But he goes, I've just seen someone that I slept with from the 90s in the audience. He goes, that's embarrassing. Good to see you again, sir. Bang. Nice. Great joke. Yeah. Great joke, right? Yeah. Right? And so things like that. So he wasn't taking it too seriously.
Did he see your T-shirt?
Many people did. He didn't, because I wasn't close enough to the stage.
Right.
But people were coming up and asking for pictures with my T-shirt. Because my T-shirt said, I love Gary Barlow at the front. But on the back, it said, but he ain't no Robbie Williams. Right. And I got it made, especially, because I thought it'd be funny.
You've been making a lot of customized stuff recently.
I found something. You know why? Because you go on these websites, and then they go, do you know, for only 12 quid, you can do this. For only 15 quid, you can why not?
He's got a T-shirt. He's got a bag cover.
Yeah.
Check his boxes.
Yeah, exactly. We were surprised. His brown load. And there was the official cameraman, the big tripod, dirty, broadcast cameras.
Yeah.
They went, we were looking for you. Can you come over here? Can you hold your T-shirt out flat? Turn around. Can we see the back? Yeah. Brilliant. Thanks a lot. Go and enjoy the concert. So I think I'm going to make the DVD.
Oh, no.
Okay. Look out for that. But seriously, proper entertainment. Really, really good. And I know everyone is probably more excited about, what's his name? Ed Sheeran and Arjit Singh and all those people right now, because that's the hot thing in the Desi community. But I'm telling you, Robbie Williams, if anybody is a Robbie Williams fan and listen to this, he was so good and he absolutely smashed it.
And I think the reason why people are looking forward to Arjit coming in September is because the song that Ed's just put out. Has anyone heard it?
I have, because I heard it because it's been clipped up and it's all over the album, but I don't know the name. Sapphire. Yeah.
Huh? Sapphire.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
All I know, he goes, chum chum, and he does a chum chum. He does
a couple of chums in there.
Yeah, chum chum.
Shah Rukh Khan's in the video.
Oh, wow.
That's what I mean.
Well, no, he's not in the video.
No, but he's in the video. What do you mean he's not in the video? He is in the video.
Oh, I've only seen Ed Sheeran walking around. Oh, is it like in a montage?
In the clip.
So the whole video is a montage of just him being in India. And there's a bit where Shah Rukh Khan's singing the song. And it's just that one little clip. It might be like not even 5 seconds, but he's in it. And when you see all the promo, that's all we see. Shah Rukh Khan
just jumping up, and
everyone's just like,
but the thing is that the track that we've got obviously is the English with Arjit Singh doing a bit of Hindi in it.
Yeah.
But he's done the full Hindi version, which is coming out in a couple of weeks' time.
Who he?
Ed Sheeran has.
Ed Sheeran and the whole song in Hindi.
Yeah. So he said he goes, you can't. He's not sharing that now. He goes, but that's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So watch out for that. That's going to be incredible. But also it's interesting because have you heard it on any national radio stations?
Not yet.
Right. I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if this gets played on national radio.
I don't think it will.
Really?
But it's on all the playlists. It's on all the main playlists on Spotify and Apple and stuff.
Yes, but I've put a few people onto this, and I'm asking people, and I went, right, can you let me know if the Capitals, the Kisses, any of the Hearts, or any of these people, Magic, if any of them plays this, because I think they're going to be very nervous about this, and I think it won't get on the radio.
It's like Despacito.
I've already spoken to people at Virgin Radio, and all of a sudden it's it's all of that I'm getting.
Oh, really?
And yeah.
What?
And it's just interesting to see that because all of a sudden Ed Sheeran, but Ed Sheeran is a bit cheesy and he's a bit, and that's all. So now it's turning into that now, because
it's interesting,
and it's interesting to see how the English community will play this.
I think it's a good song.
No, it's a great song.
I love it.
But
I think it's good
on a production level.
But I think we look at it differently because we're Asian. We're very proud.
No, but forget the Asian part. Just even if they scrapped all of Arijit out of it, it's a good song.
Well, if you listen to sort of a lot of the young people, they're thinking, it starts a bit weird. It sounds a bit like Wussi's had the way it starts. It's like a ghost kind of singing and like some sort of seance happening, and it's been getting a lot of pelters from just people, and I'm just like. Is that are we just being biased because it's our boy and it's like we feel proud. I think it's a moment for Asian people.
Yeah, I don't think it's catchy and hooky and that, but you're right. They should play. Ed Sheeran's got the power.
If Ed Sheeran can't get this on the radio, then there's no hope. We might as well just go back to just making Tepla back in the bin because we are never going to crack this otherwise.
You're right. This should be. This is as big as it gets.
This is for me. This is the litmus test.
Yeah,
this is really. If this doesn't make the mainstream radio stations, we ain't got a hope in hell.
Oh man!
But I'll cancel that studio session I'd booked in for all of us.
Yeah, forget it. It's not going to happen. But I want to know how it would have worked with Arijit or whoever he was working with to write Ed Sheeran's lyrics in Hindi. Right, like who's told Punjabi? Yeah,
it was Arjit. If you read the whole thing, he said that he spent loads of time with Arjit Singh and he learned how to. Arjit taught him how to say all the words and everything.
So if you got Arjit there, would you not have stitched him up a little bit and gone? Yeah, you got to say, "Mere kache de vich la 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 bal la 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 bal mere kache vich lal," and just start because he's.
No, but Arjit's not like that.
He's ginger, obviously. That's what I'm saying.
No, but it's not.
But you would have done that.
It's not Arjit Sandhu, innit?
No, I would have done that. Okay, no, honestly, that means I'm in love with a beautiful girl.
And that definitely would have been on Capital.
Yeah, exactly. If
anyone hears it, just message us. If anyone hears it on mainstream radio, I want to know which station played it. Because I'm intrigued. I just don't think it's going to get played. And it's only just going to be Sunrise Radio and Asian
I think it's a good song.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. So there you go. Ed Sheeran and Robbie Williams, two British legends. But actually, I'm going to celebrate something that is Indian.
Oh.
You'll be proud of this because, as you know, I feel like I'm such an old man.
This feels like a little.
I'll tell you what.
This feels like a little body update, body revelation.
What are you picking up from India?
Okay, right. So as you know, like over the years, I've had knee problems, hip problems,
Here we go. I knew it.
back problems, and I'll tell you now, for the last few weeks,
Sack problems.
Well, I'll come to that.
Problems, did you say?
So yeah, no, right, but so I've been in a world of agony. Satch, when we went to Dubai,
you were
quiz,
mash up.
all that day. I was so excited about being in Dubai.
Yeah.
That day of the Dubai quiz night. Bro, I stayed in my room all day. We went out and bought a massage gun because I needed it because my legs and my hips were in agony. I get this kind of spasm in my hips.
What is the update on that?
Right. Okay. So I'm good now. Right.
Oh.
Because
did you have an operation?
No. I had that injection. That was a steroid injection.
Yeah.
Then I've been speaking to back pain clinic special people as well in Birmingham who have said come down anytime and we'll give you a little sort out and help you out.
So what Baba have you shipped over from India?
So then I'm in pain and all that, and then it's starting to ease off, and I'll go back to the physio, and the physio goes, basically, this is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. So this is the root of it. So I'm using a bit of a massage gun and trying to loosen it all up, trying to do these stretches. And then I was going through the gym lobby area.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, David Lloyd Satch.
Yeah.
They have like people do little pop-ups.
Yeah.
Earrings, women's sportswear, whatever. There was a bloke there, and he does loads of oud.
Okay.
Right? The
the scent,
right?
Yeah.
And and obviously for all the kind of people that are around me, that kind of Essexy lot, they love all that.
Oud, by the way, can I just say, it wasn't actually an aftershave perfume. It's actually a scent that they put in the house, like agarbatti.
Oh, is it? Right, okay. But
anyway.
it's got a nice smell to it, but it's getting quite common now. A lot of people are smelling of it.
Yeah, and it's
people smell of bad if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not good. Not the good stuff.
No, they're just buying all that cheap stuff, and
it's the cheap stuff.
It lingers on for ages, and it stinks.
You can smell the bad stuff.
Oh, okay. Do you know the difference? Okay, I don't think I'm that well versed in it. But
anyway,
then, so I go past that guy like, I see the oud and only the oud, right? And I'm not in the mood for
nothing
oud.
but the oud.
Not in the mood for oud,
right? So I then carry on walking, and then I see my cousin. Right?
Okay.
What was he selling?
No, he was coming out. He was coming out the gym,
right?
And he had his shirt on because he's going into the office, and he was sweating.
Yeah.
And I went, bloody hell, bro! I said, you're still sweating. And he goes, no. He goes, it's not that. It's the stuff I've got from this guy. I went, what? The smells? He goes, no. The deep heat stuff that he's got.
Oh.
I went, you what? He goes, yo. He goes, and then he went, because he has a bad back. And he went, how's your hip in that? I went, man, it's in agony all the time. He goes, this stuff's incredible. So I went over to the guy, and the guy, he was brilliant.
Give me your finest.
He gave me a very soft selling. He goes, honestly, and I went, and he goes, it's a roll on, and he goes, anywhere you got pain, it will get rid of it, right? I went, oh yeah.
Did you roll on your missus?
Yeah, exactly. I rolled it on my missus, my in-laws,
all of his family members.
HMRC. I went, there you go, let's roll it on them.
Kids.
I'm immune.
Right. I go, what? And obviously my cousin goes, he's looking at me with his eyes wide open. He goes, bruv, it's unbelievable.
Okay.
He goes, it's unbelievable.
God, what's it called?
Right?
What is it?
Okay.
Like some magic potion.
I look around at the guy who's selling it, and I went, and I opened the lid on it. It's like a roll-on thing, right? Yeah. I went, it's like deep heat. And his exact words were, he goes, no, it's not deep heat. He goes, it's deep heat. I think it's Eastern European.
It's deeper.
No, he goes, plus.
Oh.
Is what his exact words were.
Deep in there.
He goes,
Full
deep
deep.
heat,
Full
plus.
Right, so
right?
and you carry it with you.
Right, and it's like a roll on. It's about the size of like a deodorant or a glass. About sort of 4 or 5 inches high.
Yeah.
And it just says right across the middle. Look, here it is. This is it. It says advanced back pain roll on. Is what it says.
Yeah.
You can hardly even see the make.
What country is it?
Where's it
from?
No,
from? Yeah.
and he said this is from India. And his exact words were, he goes, bro, I don't know what them lot are putting in this shit, but it's amazing. Those are his words. He goes, I don't know what they putting in it. What is
you
that?
bought this off this fella who said that.
And look, and by the way, the logo on it said they're established since 1893.
That's a lie.
Pure healthy essence is what it says, right?
It's a really bad logo.
Amrutanigar.
Is that an N at the end?
No, it's R.
Is it? No, because look, it looks like that N. So
Is
I think
it N?
it's either Amrut Anigan or Amrut Anigar.
No, Amrutanjan.
Oh, is that J?
Yeah, Amrutanjan.
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 Amrutanjan is the make.
Amrut.
Right.
It's
and
Ayurvedic.
And it's got 100% say that, Satch.
Ayurvedic.
Yeah, and what's that? It's got
Are you
no
what?
Diclofenac.
Yeah, it's got no diclofenac. I think that's like a pain.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? At least it hasn't got any diclofenac in
it.
it.
100% Ayurvedic active ingredients.
Can't be rolling on diclofenac.
No,
can you?
right?
It's bad for you.
Starts working in 30 minutes. Look, pain specialists these people are for over 125 years. in India, right? This roll-on.
And that's not an Indian lady on the thing.
Trusted by Mirabai Chanu. Yeah. She is the international champion in weightlifting.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Long-lasting relief. Power of?
Capsicum.
What's capsicum?
No, capsaicin. Maybe.
Capsaicin. Basically, you're right. Okay, so this thing is a deep heat.
Yeah.
Amrut Nanjan, right?
Yeah.
Amrut Nanjan.
Amrut Ninja.
But my word, it's a fire that's borderline scary. Because when you put it on your skin, you think, no, that ain't right.
How much was this?
If this goes anywhere near your groin.
£10.
Worth it?
It was.
He is making about 1,000% on that.
Yeah. He bought it for 10 pence.
It was a miracle. I don't know, and I don't know.
Here we go.
I don't know.
Are you endorsing it?
I'm not endorsing it.
No.
Tommy's going to be the next.
I went back to the guy and I went, I need 3 or 4 more of those. And I'm paying for them. And he goes, I've only got a few left. He goes, let me see if I can get hold of some, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he goes, but it's from India. No. But actually, you're right. The one on there looks Thai or something.
Yeah,
Asian, something like that.
But it looks like you can get it from India.
Right. And it just made my hip pain go. It made my groin pain go. It made my lower back.
You rubbed it on your groin.
Well,
bruv, you gotta be careful.
Can I be honest? I put it on the inside of my thigh, right?
Oh my god!
Now
I'm
sorry, my family listen to this podcast, but let's just say when that bit of my thigh touches other parts around there,
Chuffing.
Oh my god,
chuffing!
I actually felt like crying.
Yeah, I bet.
That's
like double mint,
balling.
Double mint shower gel,
bro. It's worse than that.
Yeah.
If honestly, on that, like, remember tea tree oil when it came out, mint tea tree oil.
Mint
I like that. I still use that.
You know what? I use that when I see it in a hotel.
Yeah,
I use it because it makes my head tingle.
I love it. I love that.
I use the shampoo.
Shower gel.
Yeah, and that is like right. If that is literally 1% of what this is.
Oh wow. Okay.
But pain's gone. Pain is gone.
So are you pain free now?
I'm virtually. I've still got a little bit of restricted movement because I've got osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm getting in and out of the car fine.
Wow.
He actually said use it 3 or 4 times a day. Yeah. But it was. I'm telling you. So big up.
Be careful. It doesn't burn
I'm
holes.
pretty sure whoever's got it into this country has done it illegally.
It's got to be.
Because I don't think things like this are you can just get anywhere and everywhere. But big up the people. Big up the good people at Amrutanjan Pure Healthy Essence
who are sorting you out.
Because it works, man, and I don't know. Like I said, okay, cool. I'm going to quickly have a look at the ingredients while you get ready for the next bit, right? Oh, look at that! First thing that's in there. First thing that it says is in there. First word is
Pudina.
Yeah, it's got mint.
Yeah,
Pudina.
But it hasn't got Dickler effects in it.
What's that? What's that one, Ketch? What's that second one? Second ingredient under Pudina.
That would be Gandapura. Gandapura Patra Taila. Taila. And then it's got Karpura in it.
He's a Taila. He does your suits as well. He can do anything.
Gandapura Patra Taila, Karpura Lavanga Taila. I'm guessing it's tail.
That just sounds like a South Indian song. Gandapura Nanga Taila, Nanga Taila, Banga Taila.
Katuvira.
Yeah, huh?
Katuvira as well. It's got obviously it's got a Katuvira base. I mean, it has to, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, just brilliant.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Oh, okay, fine. I thought you might actually do that. But look at that. So there you go.
I mean, it's not ingredients you're going to find in Boots,
it actually says relieves.
I don't think it's ingredients that's been okayed by the British health and safety people.
Do you know what I mean?
Relieves from arthritis, pain, backache, muscle
I
strain.
reckon that would be C's. If
bro.
You're going to find that in Superdry, are you?
It did smell like someone's bumhole from the outside. So maybe some guy had to bring it into the country harder. But I appreciate the effort, bruv. I'm just saying.
You know, at least you're using real sort of stuff that you can touch and hold, but Katie Price is using something that you can't touch and hold. But did you hear about this story about Katie Price?
No.
Formerly known as Jordan from back in the days, to me and you, Tommy, anyway, back in the 90s. She has done something. She's become the first British star.
Ain't she broke?
Yeah.
She's broke, isn't
she? Well, I don't know where she's found the money to do this, but she's become the first British star to trademark her own artificial intelligence image. And she's going to be bringing it back as Jordan. So what this deal means is that she has to say 30 phrases,
right?
And it all gets recorded by this company, and then they produce a walking, talking 3D version of Jordan.
Like digital,
AI,
like you can on your laptop.
And so she had to say phrases like, I like horse riding, and this week for dinner, I've got beef burgers. I don't know why these phrases in particular, but anyway. And she said, why. And she's told The Sun that these were the best days of my life, and this is why I wanted AI to get involved with this. This is so clever. This is a genius move, and it makes her feel like at her best again. She said, Jordan's back. get ready.
Well, she's not. No, but she's not back.
But yeah, I don't get. Yeah, and okay, so you created a cartoon character of yourself.
It's not cartoon. It's actually AI. So it looks like.
But it's still not real, is it?
A really good CGI of yourself. And
yeah, but you're not going to know if it's real or not real soon. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, if that comes on telly, you're not going to know if it's real or not.
Yeah, but then
it is because
you see like not Jordan she looks at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's Jordan how it looks like how it was back in.
No, but that's what I mean.
So that's how I know. I see
what you mean. No, but she's going to be doing so.
So I mean, she can just work. She can carry on working under her image.
Yeah, and so therefore, like, what I'm trying to say is, you can get Jordan to model your lingerie. You can get Jordan to sell chutneys. Well, all of a sudden, it opens up a whole new revenue stream.
Yeah.
Because Jordan was when she was at her peak.
Yeah.
Right. So therefore, she said that this is going to be brilliant. It's game changing. It's a new business venture that she's going to get into.
So
she's going to use it for OnlyFans. She's going to be using it for TV shows, for everything. There's only one other person who's done this, Carmen Electra. She's done it at Stateside as well, and she looks like she's going to be raking in absolutely millions of pounds from it as well. But
Tommy, you should jump on this then. First brown.
But I think yeah.
No, what I think is.
I mean, the Mendy was the first one in the metaverse, but you could be the first one with an AI, because I think it's genius.
No, but more so than that, right? What I'm thinking now is, so really you can use the official Jordan image, right, to, like you said, to advertise products. You can use Jordan over the years. Now, what about the actual real Jordan, right? Michael Jordan,
right?
Okay? Yeah. So theoretically, I could get, if I had bought the rights, if I approved it with Michael Jordan, I could get him jumping.
He's not going to approve that.
No, but I could get him jumping from the free throw line and dunking a pot of chutneys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you could.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but this is what
and even jumping in the air, having a dip of a bit of food, and then sinking the 2 point. And I'll go, look, Jordan, you ain't got to do anything.
But I think this is going to be, but they're not going to let you do that.
No,
Bruce Willis was the first Hollywood actor to sell his image rights and everything digitally too, so that they can use them in films and all of that. The voices are being recorded. And you know what I was thinking the other day, guys?
Yeah.
I said, I was sitting there, I was thinking, you know what? When we move on to the afterlife, and the brown load is no more, we have recorded a hell of a lot of voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, people are already creating avatars of people who are no longer around, but they've got a little bit of voice footage and they're recording it in, and they've got actual computers that can actually create the human being, right? And speaking, you can then speak to them because they use the same sort of, language model, like OpenAI and all of this kind of stuff. Really? And you can then talk to maybe your father or a cousin or a grandmother or whatever like that. And I'm just thinking, imagine how much language we've got out in the world.
Right. So you can, like you say, exactly that. So right now you could go, hi, whatever, the app is that you're going to use. Do a podcast with Tommy Kedge and Satch based on the brown load. Yeah. And then it can, within seconds,
that can be done.
I mean, for me, there'd be a lot of abuse for Kedge. Yeah. There would be a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of swearing.
Minimal.
Yeah, minimal. It's just one word is.
You can look at the word count of Satch versus Kedge versus Tommy.
Minimal.
Right, exactly. But the effects are the same, and exactly that. But it would look at the characteristics, the language, what you say, and how you say it, and all that, and build that. And you're right, and that's only going to get better.
Well, you can do that anyway.
And it's like, I want to see Tommy do the brown load with a bikini on.
Bro, I saw fine. You
can.
People can pay for it.
But you don't need AI to do it. You can just ask her.
Yeah. And obviously, if you go for enough brown loads, you'll probably see I come into shot.
No, but I'm just saying like that, anything's possible then.
Yeah. Anything is possible.
Yeah. Matt,
I want to dress Kedge up in, I don't know, a cucumber.
It's only, I'm telling you, in the lifetime of this podcast, you'll be able to kind of hit a button and it'll be my voice kind of going, Donde es que
oh, yeah, in different languages.
Full in Spanish. But it's my voice.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And your voice doing it in, and imagine in the AI Kedge, you could be like a chess champion. You could actually be like chess captain.
Oh, yeah.
Something real like that.
Because no one's going to, I mean, everyone's fake anyway on Instagram at the moment anyway. It's only going to increase that. But so there was that. That was obviously the big news from Katie Price, and something that she's going to do, like, which was a genius bit of work.
And by the way, Katie Price might be the first and whatever. Let's be honest. There's going to be a lot more interest in other artists,
of course,
and other people of notoriety.
Oh yeah, of course. No,
but that was Kedge's childhood, so but that's why.
Do you know can I do my Katie Price story, right? Which is that she was on, because obviously I worked on Blind Date, as you know. She was on Blind Date as a contestant.
Right.
They were going to put her on, and then literally just before they were going to put her on, because that was back in the day when Blind Date was clean cut ITV prime time viewing, right? They're going to put her on, and she went, "Oh, I've just got a call from the Sun. I've got some, legit from the producers. This is the story. I got a call from the Sun. I've been given a page 3 modeling job."
Wow.
Right? And they went, we're not using it.
Yeah.
We're not using it. This is blind date, family show. Nowadays, anyone like, what? You're going to be in the Sun newspaper?
Let's have it.
Let's get her on the show. That'd be good for ratings.
Like Love Island, as it
No, they went morally, no, that's not right.
It's the opposite.
And actually, before I went on blind date, I remember being in a room, and just come to me now, and they say to everyone, right, has anyone in here made a sex tape? Right? And I laughed, and they went, if you, and they were dead. And you said, they went, if you have, speak up now. I went, no. I said, I haven't. I'm 18 years old. I haven't done anything.
Also, how am I going to get hold of my dad's camcorder?
Yeah. Exactly. I have to get the guy who did the wedding video at my cousin's wedding and ask him to come round. Yeah. And the camera he's got comes with a massive tar.
And it's got that funny and it's got that lens with the 5 men floating around it as well. So
if you want to see me shagging a kaleidoscope,
exactly.
And Chutney from about in the background. His Ed Sheeran.
That's a good soundtrack for a porno.
And then you're jumping over a bush and stuff.
Yeah,
brilliant,
excellent.
Someone should actually film that, that kind of adult movie in that style, Asian wedding style.
I'm sure they exist.
Can I tell you something?
That would be hilarious.
I did. That was an idea I had. But obviously, I wouldn't be allowed to do it. My mum would be so upset. But I thought,
you want to be in a porno?
No. I thought, you should charge people to pay to be in their own porno. If it's done
what
tastefully,
do you mean? I can pay to get Tommy in my porno.
Like porn stars get paid, right?
Yeah,
like they're agreed to do it. So imagine there's some rich banker type guy who wants to be in a porno.
Yeah. Right?
Then you create a location, you get the lighting, you get the plot, you get the add-on characters, you get Kedge coming
so they can be the star of their own.
They're starring their own porno.
No, but this idea is so old now. Like that, because now
you can AI it.
Well, no, but also everyone's just making their own anyway.
Yeah, but wouldn't you not want to do an official one with camera angles and lighting? And
I don't think anyone cares anymore.
No, I think they would.
No, I don't think camera angles is a big thing.
Nah, bro. I think Kedge, you putting it down the end of your bed at the Ibis is very different to what they want to do with cameras.
I don't know about that, but can I just?
So it's like Uber porn or like Airbnb porn.
No, but you're kind of it's more like what are the bike hire things? What are those bikes that you can hire?
Yeah.
Like
so you get to ride your own bike.
Okay.
You shoot it, we shoot it.
Yeah. You shoot, we shoot.
Yeah, you shoot, we shoot. Everyone wins.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, and on another a scale of creativity, I just want to say that I was watching the Apple keynote speech that happened on Monday night, and it was the usual Apple fluff.
We went from making your own porn.
No.
to Kedge watching the Apple keynote speech.
Mate, that was better than porn. Anyway, but anyway, the show finished.
Serious,
The show finished, and then.
By the way, your updates are rubbish, Kedge.
I agree. I agree. They're not the greatest. I agree.
We had this stuff on our phones 10 years ago.
I didn't realize that. Samsung and Apple were working together. And then Samsung basically did the dirty on Apple, and they stole all the ideas and everything. And that's why they're in massive rival.
That's what phones about.
And Steve Jobs has basically said, "Oh, I will crush them," because basically they took all the series. Anyway, that's another story. But they ended the keynote with something that was so creative, and I loved it. And what it was is it just went blank, and then it was just like a little spotlight on a piano player, and the title was the best app review song. And I thought, what's this about? And what they did is Apple flashed up the reviews of all the different apps that are on the App Store, and people have left reviews, but really sort of slightly comedic, funny kind of reviews. And this guy was just singing them as they were appearing, and it was so clever and so good. And I thought, wow.
So what, singing like how
he made a song?
Like how you get TripAdvisor songs or whatever, TripAdvisor reviews. So someone just kind of
so if it was just like let's just
so when you go to the App Store and you go, wow, this really helped design my lounge. Let's say like
short reviews, or 5 stars +1, and like people write with if I can't believe this app is for free, but the way he was singing it, he all made it fit and everything.
That sounds crap though. I've been scared.
No, it was so good.
But then it wouldn't rhyme.
No, but they fit it. Obviously, he spent a lot of time on it, and they fit it so they all rhymed and everything. It was so good. But I was thinking, what if you went to our reviews, Tom? I think you should give it a go.
Okay, right. So on our on our podcast.
Yeah.
So people, anybody can do this, by the way. You can leave a review for the podcast.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
It does help because people look at that stuff. I look at reviews all the time on if you go into a restaurant, and it'll go reviews. 2,000 reviews, 34. You go, I'll leave the 34 one.
No, you got
go tell one. So right, so
I think you should just do the titles because I don't think you should go into detail.
Okay, so it goes.
How many we got on there, by the way?
So this review is titled, "Why can't we have
D?"
Right? So you don't go, why can't we have a D? Then you go to another one, right? And the next one is best podcast in town. Brilliant living legends always make me smile. Your podcast is very good. These lot make me laugh. Like that. Is that right?
That flow really well.
Yeah.
Next verse.
Simple and effective podcasting it is.
It's called you Simple.
Oh, it gets me excited. I think I want to jizz. No, it doesn't say that.
But we need more reviews.
We need more reviews so we can make a song out of it.
Yeah, please.
So write a review, give it a little star rating, and let the
go to Apple Podcasts
and Spotify. Do it on there.
Yeah, do it on Spotify as well. But that was genius. Good effort, Tommy.
Have we seen anything on TV? Are we going to?
Well, can I just briefly? I mean, we've not seen a lot, but I just want to quickly mention that I just accidentally switched on American Manhunt, Osama bin Laden. It's 3 parts. 3 parts.
It's good. I started watching the first. Started watching the first part. It's good.
My God, I finished 2 episodes and it is brilliant.
Yeah,
because they've got ex CIA agents talking and they exactly from the moment it was bombed and it brings back. Do you remember watching it happen live?
Of course.
I remember it and I'm watching it and all of that and then you're like, but then you understand this manhunt to find Osama bin Laden. It's wild.
Where were you when you saw what was happening?
I was at home. I'd just come back from uni. I don't know why. It was a Tuesday, I think it was. And I was
Wednesday,
there.
I think.
Wednesday or Tuesday. And I had to babysit the gaff because we had the painters and decorators in. So I was in the living room and I'm just, the telly's on. I don't know why the telly was on. It was Sky News. And I'm just watching it and I'm thinking, oh my God, that's bad, isn't it? One of these, one of the buildings was already on fire. I think Sky News switched on when one of them was on fire.
Yeah.
And the next minute you see the second plane and you're like, what is this?
Yeah,
I remember hearing it on the radio.
Really?
Because I was being picked up from school by my dad that day, and it happened at that sort of time, and then I got home and I turned the telly on. But yeah, you never forget.
Exactly. It's a big story, but Netflix do this very well.
Yeah, very.
So
good.
reality, I think it's way better than films that they show on Netflix.
Yeah,
the reality stuff is way better.
Good.
So the thing that I was watching, and I've done 2 episodes, is Fred and Rose West.
Oh yeah,
a British horror story.
Yeah.
Right.
Shocking.
Now, I'm this is really bad of me, really, because I should have known, right? Because
sounds like Rosie and Jim.
Right. No, what? I didn't know the details of the case. If you had said to me 2 weeks ago before I watched an episode of this, Fred and Rose West, I'd go, yeah, murderers. Then what do they do? I'd be like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no.
And actually, I said it to one of my mates, and he went, I think it was Simon even last week. He went, they're the ones that buried. And I was like, yeah. So this was in the 90s, and it was probably at a time when I was just about to go to university, like early
mid-90s,
that kind of time.
I've never heard these names, by the way.
Right.
Really?
Exactly, bro. No. But when I mean this is one of the most notorious killers of all time.
Big case.
Right? So basically they're a couple, they had like a guest house, lots of people coming and going, they had loads of kids themselves.
This all sounds a bit weird already, doesn't it?
It is exactly that. But because of the weirdness, and actually, I won't say too much, he Fred West confesses quite early on in the series, in episode 1.
Guilty.
Right? And he tells me, he goes, yep, body's buried there. But then it's the unraveling of it, the finding the further bodies, the way in which he just talks about it, bruv. Like, and then I cut the body up, and da-da-da-da. And you're like, what the hell? Honestly, it's scary, it's spooky, it's dark, it's really well made. Then obviously, and then because it's set in Gloucester, a little quiet place, their street goes down in history as being that street where all this happened. So, I don't know, I highly recommend it. If you want to watch something like, if you're saying you love the Osama thing, I think equally you'll love this. That actually happened.
Yeah, we got to also wrap up the Brownload FPL.
Yes,
Satch,
that's the thing that I've been watching actually because it was done.
It was done. It's done and dusted.
Did I win it?
Tommy was the winner.
Tommy is already
with 200 points all season.
I tailed off. Okay,
which way should we go? From the top or from the bottom?
Of the top 3 people.
Yeah, or no, just generally.
No, let's
firstly, where did
shall we do top 3? Shall we do us? Shall we do us first?
Well, it doesn't really matter, but yeah.
No, let's do the people first.
Okay,
let's do the people first.
Okay, so in reverse order, in
3.
Number 3, Asim Khan.
Yeah.
Drop It Like a Slot.
Oh, Drop It Like a Slot. Yeah, Liverpool won.
Like 2,500 points.
Liverpool manager.
Oh, okay, sorry.
2,500 points.
Yeah.
2,500 points.
That is massive. That is massive.
Okay.
The runner-up, Jay Purwal.
Yeah.
Right. Who's my nephew?
Well, that's match fixing.
He's
match fixing.
And he said to me, he goes, anyway, and by the way, Jay is super bright. He's just done his GCSEs.
Now let's kick him out then.
No, bro, let me tell you something very
Family
quickly
members
about
are
him.
not allowed to enter this.
Let me tell you something quickly about him. He was around the other week, and we were watching the 1% Club 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The final 1% Club
Question.
thing came up.
Yeah.
Right?
Got it.
And it was a load of letters jumbled up. Loads.
Yeah.
About 20.
Yeah. Right.
Okay? And you'll know why. And before the clock started he said the answer. And the letters are all jumbled up. A, D, L, E. But it spelt a needle in a haystack.
Wow.
And he just saw it and went, needle in a haystack.
Wow.
Right?
How old is he?
16.
I don't think he's old enough to enter our league, though.
So, and I just went, I looked at him, I went, is this a repeat? Like, how did he get that? So
yeah, it's a repeat.
So the fact that he's second in the league, he'll be very well chatted about. Well done, Jay.
2,523 points. And the winner of our Brownload League, number 1, Bobby Gore.
That's my mum. Oh my God. What are the chances? Mum! But wow. No, mum.
Bobby Gore, FC 27, 2,595. So he's 95 points ahead of
incredible.
Third place.
And all new names.
2,500. What did Jay get? 2,500.
2,523. So he's about 70. 60.
All new names as well. So well done to everyone.
Well done.
And us lot, yeah.
Okay,
so let's go. Tommy Sandu. There was 150 people in our league, by the way.
Yeah.
Was there?
You came, Tommy.
Yeah.
144th.
Oh,
I was going to say 43.
That's all right.
Well done.
That's all right. There's 6 people.
1,823 points.
Only 700 off.
That's still close.
And that's without really caring.
That's the best you've done.
Yeah.
Kedge came. He just crept out the top off, so he's 51 position.
Yeah, I struggled towards the last few weeks.
2,288.
Yeah,
that's still really good, Kedge.
No, I know, but there was a slightly wrong tactics that happened towards the end.
Yeah.
Simon beat both of you, by the way.
Did he?
Simon Sandu beat both of you.
God.
He came 48.
He came
48. 2,299, and I beat the lot of you.
Well done, sir.
What did you get?
Where am I?
2002. I think.
I can't Probably 2,300 and.
No, I think it was 2002. He was about 80 points ahead of me.
Yeah, well, I was far ahead of.
Oh, well done. Yeah. Well done. Okay, well, thanks for playing along. It's nice, that little FPL community thing. So I do enjoy that. Right, things we've learned then. Things we've learned this week. I learned.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Do you know what? This one, I'm telling you, it blew my mind. And I tell you what, I'm not going to take the credit for it, but it was something that I heard on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
Came out of maybe a few weeks or maybe a few months ago with Jimmy Carr. Have you heard that one, Tom?
I've heard that one.
Go on. No, I don't know.
So
you know will love it because it's all about comedy, bro.
Brilliant podcast.
You're gonna love it.
You would love it, yeah.
He's done. Jimmy Carr's doing some brilliant work for the next generation of comedians.
You need to listen to it, Tommy.
Okay, okay.
It's brilliant. So the thing I learned was they were talking about how the dinosaurs were extinct.
How did it get extinct?
How did it get extinct?
The meteor.
Yeah, that's what. Of course, it's the meteor.
It was the meteor, but it wasn't the reason why they were extinct.
Oh.
It wasn't like the meteor hit and then that was
Killed
it.
them.
Bang, that was it.
Yeah.
No more well.
The floods?
No. So the meteor hit. There was so much sort of dust and disruption in like
particles.
the atmosphere and particles and this that, and the other. The temperature of Earth went down a few degrees. When it goes cold, dinosaurs were reproducing, but only females were being made.
Oh.
Because of the temperature.
Wow.
So cold weather produces more women, more females.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And that was it. They slowly phased them out.
Last time I checked in India,
it wasn't
very
like
hot.
It wasn't like when you just heard asteroid hit. Everyone's gone.
There's science behind it. Okay, cool. Well, that's interesting.
Okay.
Mine's related to the world and the planet as well.
Yeah.
And what I've learned is that finally, because it was funny, I was talking about this to somebody as well, and that is that India are going to have their first census since 2011.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because it's... Yeah, 2011 is... Yeah,
that's a long time ago, but because COVID-19 basically made this very challenging and it kind of delayed the whole process.
Yeah.
Because it's such a large process in the country. Check this out. To complete the count, the government is going to have to spend or need to have over 2.7 million workers who are going to go from door to door collecting data from all the houses in India. I don't even know how you even start doing this, right?
Half of them don't even have doors.
Well, exactly. India's population is estimated to be over 1.4 billion, as we know. That's nearly 20% of the world. This is going to be one of, or the biggest, counting efforts in the world. It's going to cost India more than $500 million, making it the most expensive data gathering project India has ever taken on. Do you think they're going to get everybody on?
No, of course not.
What? But
how? People don't have doors.
People don't have doors, and they do this whole thing where they say, the biggest democracy is going to vote. But I'm telling you, people have probably voted 10 times when they go to the polls.
Oh, no. I think they're serious with that. They can check that, can't they?
I'm not sure about that.
Well, they do the mark.
People all look the same. Some
they
of
do
them.
That mark
that mark
people
thing.
People all look the same.
No, I'm telling you.
If this was a white people podcast, and they went, you know what it's like in India. They all look the same. They can't tell whether they're voted or not.
That finger thing is a scam. You can just go there with another finger. It's India.
Bruv, those are Cadbury fingers. We know they're not your real fingers. I know they're brown, but you can't put up.
But it does it. It excites me, doesn't it? Since 2021. Imagine how many people have been born since 2011.
Right. I think that's the thing. I think unless they do it quickly, every 10 minutes there's about 100
going.
million.
Yeah, exactly.
How are they going to do this?
Also,
this is the job that you want to enroll in.
Why?
Because it's a job for life, bro.
Oh, but also
this is a good contract.
This is like painting the what's that bridge in San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. Because once you finish painting it, it's time to paint it again.
We set up a company that is specialist in census forms, and we get this contract of Modi.
Yep, go on then, Ked. Drop him a DM because I know he DMs you, right?
Yeah.
Do that.
But do you reckon we could do it? We just need a task force.
Let's just start with
the three of us.
I actually think
I'll start in a Gujarat.
I tell you what. I bet you.
I don't like going India, so I ain't coming.
we got an employment.
You just skip rows of straw houses.
Yeah. We got an employment issue, right? With here in the UK, lack of jobs. I reckon if Modi went, we are looking to recruit 50,000 people from the UK to travel their way through India, do the census.
Would you do it?
You can stay in these places because you can probably stay for cheap, right? We'll feed you and all that for a year, work on the census.
I think it's a great
India,
job.
Really get to know it and the people.
It's a great job. Imagine you get sent to some random
don't need
village.
people to come in. You can just get people from India to go and do this. They're all looking for jobs anyway.
That's true as well.
Why would they hire us?
Yeah, well,
but they don't know who's in India. That's the problem. At least we're accounted
for. Foreigner.
We're accounted for.
Yeah, but I would love for the survey thing to also kind of go, hold on, where's your husband? You go, huh? He's supposed to be living here. Yeah, he's away. Okay, we'll come back tomorrow. He's still away. Yeah. Where is he? He's in Slough is where he is.
No,
he's outside the Wick.
Also, as we know, there is no way there is just one family per house in India.
No, of course not.
Now, how are you going to account for all of this? Like, this is an incredible project.
I just walk up to one house. Yep, 64, 16.
Times that by
45, and that's it. And that's census done.
No, see, you can't do that. It's like dumping your leaflets and paper around. You know, you got to do the way.
That's it. That's the way it's going.
My one is the film, The Legend of Bagger Vance. Remember the film, The Legend of Bagger Vance?
I know what you're going to say.
Do you know this already?
Yeah.
Did you know it from before? Did you hear it recently?
I read this. How do I know this? But I read this somewhere and it said, no, I think I saw it as an Instagram reel.
Yeah, right. So I think that's where I've seen it in the last couple of weeks. So The Legend of Bagger Vance is came out in 2000.
What is Bagger Vance?
I will tell you.
Well,
it's a film that came out in 2000 with Will Smith, right? And it's with Will Smith and Matt Damon. And Matt Damon is I think he's from the war or whatever. He's come back and he takes on the challenge to play a golf game. And Bagger Vance, Will Smith, is his caddy.
Bagger Vance.
Right. And he also, while he's going around the golf game, Bagger Vance is teaching him lessons about life and overcoming challenges and how to do that. But The Legend of Bagger Vance heavily draws on the Bhagavad Gita, the sacred text in Hinduism, right? Now, the similarities are quite full on.
Yes.
What's his name? Matt Damon's character's name is Juna.
Yeah.
And obviously in the story, Arjuna. Right? And you've got Krishna as Bagger Vance, That's the role. Bhagavan.
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 Because it's Krishna who's basically the charioteer of Arjun, who guides him through the warfield against his brothers.
Okay. And it's the novel's central narrative. It's a spiritual journey, where Arjuna, through Bhagavan's guidance, seeks to find meaning and purpose beyond the game of golf. Same thing like this. The mystical element it's the same mysticism, spirituality, reflecting the deep spiritual undertones of the Bhagavad Gita. I just thought, how was that not sort of celebrated more at the time? Or maybe it was. Maybe it was already obvious.
Because social media wasn't around, isn't it? We need something. We need you to do an influencer post.
But I'm just saying this, but Ken, you've always said if Marvel actually properly got hold of those amazing old Hindu like spirituality warrior,
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
I mean, you see artificial images of like Ganesh being like a warrior and all this kind of stuff. It's a no-brainer. I don't know why.
But also that stuff's so deep. So coming back to slightly what you did about the podcast and the whole Joe Rogan thing and all that, and they're realizing actually the pyramids and all that, ancient civilizations and what was really going on in India, how clever were the people of Arabia, and how so much maths and science comes from like the Middle East. And he said, I think Joe Rogan said it on the podcast many times, he's gone, well, whoever was there in that Middle East and India and South Asia, because they were just ahead. The Ayurvedic medicines and all that, my back pain stuff is amazing because it's drawing upon something that much more cleverer people than our dumbasses knew about.
Right.
And that I find amazing.
And going back to the Middle East, we need to talk about this, obviously. We got the chocolate, so go and watch the video.
We posted a video of the Hairy Daddy chocolate, the chocolate that everybody wants.
Official review.
And but there's one quick thing about Dubai that I never said, because I just want to pick up the people before before we leave. There was a guy in Dubai who came up and he went, can I just say, I absolutely love the podcast. And I went, oh, brilliant, I'm so glad you like listening to that in Dubai. I said, what's your name? He went, no. I went, what? He went, no. I went, what do you mean? I went, no, what's your name? He goes, I listen all the time. I went, yeah. He goes, I tell you my name, you're going to take the piss out of me. You'll find some reason, you'll tell everyone he spat in my ear, he's got smelly breath. Yeah. And I went, no.
I told you guys are so intimidating.
That same fella came up to me and goes, I don't want to say hello to you.
Right, there you go.
But if it was Keji, he would have come up to me
and kicked your nipples.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
you don't know his name?
No, I don't know his name, but it was the way he just went, no bloody way.
I do know his name. I've forgotten, I know his name.
No, he's a lovely guy though.
He was a lovely guy.
There you go, whoever you are.
It was Husmuk.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Punjabi fella.
Oh. Harijit.
Maybe.
Suk. Not Husmuk.
No.
So, yeah. But anyway, whoever you are, thank you for listening. Thank you everyone for listening. Yeah. Remember, go leave a review. It does help on Apple or on Spotify, wherever you're listening, or any other platforms. Just a little rating of it does go a long way, and it'll take you a few seconds. If you don't mind doing that for us, that'd be marvellous. And until next week, welcome back, Kedge. It was good to see you this week.
It's good to be back with you guys.
And until next week, we'll catch you later.
Laters.